men's volleyball in terms of selection and seeding has never been in a better position. This will be the first actual year of having 5 people making that decision. 2020 was supposed to be the first year where we had 5 people on the committee. Historically, it had been 3 people on the committee, all administrators, and not necessarily representing all the regions or conferences. This year, we have representation from all 5 conferences. We've got 2 coaches on the committee. So we've got John Costi from Stanford. You got Ryan from King. From the administration side of things, you got David Matlin, who's the AD at Hawaii, which is great, and he's also the men's volleyball liaison of the Big West. So he's following things. His team's doing well. So, he's invested. You got Tim O'Brien, which is the MIVA commissioner, which is great. He actually came through Springfield, right, and played volleyball there as well, didn't he?
Springfield, I think he coached at Loyola a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So, there again, you've got a volleyball guy in the room, Lenny Kaplan at NJIT. He's been there for a while now. He's the chair of the committee, and then you got Ethan Walker kind of overseeing the whole thing with the NCAA. So it's never been in a better spot in terms of decision making, and even just in chatting with a couple of those guys yesterday. They do pay attention to the coach's poll. They're cognizant of it, like anyone would be. But that's right. It's not one of the decision-making criteria. So, they're not getting down to the end and saying, now, how does this weigh in? And I think things like RPI, strength of schedule, even the, results versus non-conference opponents, those things aren't going to carry the weight this year, obviously, because RPI and strength of schedule get a little incestuous. But, the one-loss results are going to be interesting. And how do you do, like, let's say Pepperdine runs the table and ends up, what would you be? You'd be 13-5, 13-5, so 72%, where that's your win percentage versus, like, let's say Long Beach finishes, 7-3 and they're winning at 70%. Is 72% really that different than 70% when you're thinking about at-large bids? And that's going to be a tough one, because there's nothing the California schools could have done, in terms of the Big West to open at different times. And so those will be some of the challenges, but I do really just sincerely believe the narrative needs to be men's volleyball has never been in a better position with selection.